Welcome. The Prowl Patrol Panthers defense. We've got a home game for the NFC Championship. We are undefeated as the second ever undefeated team and the best undefeated team.
Hello, everybody.
Here we go.
It's the coach. This is a special edition of the NFC Championship game on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. This year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So I already made it a win by yeah. Huh? Final 0-0? Huh? Yeah, that's bugged.
These teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be? As
again, this is about M20.
The NFC title game. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone
I'll
along.
make sure the Rams win it next year. Don't worry.
Arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
Switch up, switch up.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
I used it on the wrong guy. That's my bad.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And that's really good field
position. And 2020.
Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
Newton to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
20.
Here's Newton. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here? Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
And the Panthers coming out now. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. Hack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Over the middle. Before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Newton on 1st down. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Hard to remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis. I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent.
I just want to toy with them.
Almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33.
Let me see how many strips I can get.
6 yards the pick.
Here, how many stripped fumbles?
Stafford on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Luke Kuechly has been so good that when scouts go out now looking for the next talent, they say they're looking for the next Luke Kuechly. Why? Speed, intelligence, toughness. They figure if they can find that in one package, they have found their next middle linebacker.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Stafford. They'll find Everett there, complete.
I'm spamming the strip button right there.
It's 3rd down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass.
You missed that?
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal
Wow.
could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore.
You know, I'm going to be nice.
We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's done.
There's a strip fumble.
Let's see
Well,
how this defense
sorry,
does
a little
on
late
this
for that,
drive.
but yeah, it was a strip fumble.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Stafford. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. On the counter, Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half, as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Stafford. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A throw over the middle taken in. And this is good for a 1st down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again at Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And it's a fumble. And the Panthers have recovered.
Oh, that looked painful.
And in this very cold night air, how
That
much
looked,
harder is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part, we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry.
Time now to see what this defense can do. 2nd quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And Gurley here they fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And they are going to get this one back.
My God.
Like. So nearly like... So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Now a draw play for Gurley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock
Isaiah Simmons casually jumping on top of him.
Down on a pickup of 10. Stafford now to throw. He gets it to Gurley, complete. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score was...
1 second, my controller is about to die.
Still pitching a shot. As we drop you back into the action.
There we go. Controller's changed. Makes my green camo one.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, and he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Stafford now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They run. It's Gurley. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he works free. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, L.A.
Hey, at least they got a touchdown.
Cooks, 53 yards.
It kept switching me into the wrong person. But, all right.
Beginning of the drive, 1st and 10 coming up for the offense. We'll see how this defense does here in the 3rd quarter. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
From the 50, Stafford. And Woods has it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this 4th quarter of play. Gurley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He gets it to Cooks. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Henderson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Rams on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Stafford, man open, it's Kupp, he's got it. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
56.
On first down, Stafford here. His throw incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And a big turnover there. As his guys will get the football back. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. No see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter, the cameras more numerous. I don't know, there's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 56. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
15-1. Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Off the play fake. Lawrence. This pass complete to Higgins. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs? Because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second and 6. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing. Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton being chased out left. He'll try and run it, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now Newton on 1st down. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st. From the gun, here's Newton. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. 19-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Newton into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 53 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
They look good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. K1 short, coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
But it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all. He's keeping them in strike.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And they give this time to the tailback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
On 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. This is taken at the 23. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Newton. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that'll be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. 2nd and 10, Newton again. Steps away to his left, and now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
20.
The shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 42 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun on 3rd down. Lawrence. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. Back onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to go back to more there, and it's third down. Throwing on third down, Newton.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
56, check 56.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Throwing on third and long. Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Well, that big score all started with Cam being forced from the pocket, but when he's outside of the pocket, it doesn't really bother him.
And part of that is the word you use, big, right? He bought extra time by moving outside of the pocket, which means receivers can get downfield farther, and Cam's got more than enough arm to find them, and we end up with a big play.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now they'll run it on the toss. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 10 yards out, and the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Pinheiro now to add the extra point.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
5 plays there on that drive, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Well, Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They will go for it. Now Newton. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. To the air again, Newton. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From a yard out. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Off play action. Lawrence. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Here we go. Time right. 2.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Completes it to Lee. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Right at the 8. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Open man is Higgins. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. On 1st down, Lawrence. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. Lawrence And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Lee's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Lawrence. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Newton now to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. Forced out to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's the throw dropped off to his fullback. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Newton being chased out left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 36. Thomas the intended target. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
How about about that, partner. His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. On 4th down, Lawrence looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it, and he's going to be brought down. Stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only they stop him short of the first, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Newton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And they take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They wanted that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
GG's.
This is the last opportunity to re-sign your players or they'll become free agents.
right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Oh, damn!
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a thing with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss is. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the gang, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
ready for some football? Ladies and gentlemen,
Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't to sell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto, if you wanna